A medical device breakthrough could save lives for people who have aortic stenosis. Here to tell us about that is Wayne Paterson, Managing Director and CEO at Anteris Technologies.
Yeah, thanks, Angie. So I think to break this down, it's important to understand the disease. Aortic stenosis is very prevalent in people above 65 and extremely prevalent in people above 75. It's a disease that, if left untreated in the severe state, is fatal within 2 years in about 50% of patients. So it's obviously a significant medical condition. Probably many people you might know over that age probably have had or have aortic stenosis. There is no pharmacotherapy or drug to treat the disease. So that's the first thing to keep in mind.
Until now, hasn't the treatment been risky?
We looked at that particular disease. Now, the way they treated it formerly was to basically open up your chest, called a thoracotomy, do a bypass procedure where they stop your heart, and they would go in and physically change that valve in your heart and put you back together. Now, that's a very intense procedure. It can take a lot of hours and can take a lot of weeks to recover. And the problem with that procedure is that it's so intense that the people who have the severe stage of this disease can actually not undergo that procedure because it's the risks are too high that they also might die on the table.
But now you have this medical breakthrough with Duravar.
So we basically took a very different approach. We looked at the valve, which essentially is the part you've got to replace in your body. We've been using kind of a square peg for a round hole approach as an industry, and we basically got the round peg to fit the round hole, meaning that we've created the first biomimetic valve. So it's the first new class of valve in design-wise 20 years. But basically, by looking at the problem from a different aspect, we were able to reproduce a valve that looks like the one in your body. And when you think about replacing a piece of your anatomy, hopefully you want a part that looks like the part that they took out. And that's essentially what we've done. As a result of that, we're getting the best hemodynamics in class in this particular area of treatment by about 45%. So the change in impact on the patient is dramatic. And we're seeing that in both our European and our US studies.
Thank you for your update.
You bet. All right. Thanks, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.